You often ask, what is the biggest challenge of living in a caravan full-time? What is the most persistent, pesky problem? What is the biggest struggle we've experienced in over 6 years of living either in a motorhome or in a caravan? And without any doubt, I can say it is clutter. Dealing with clutter, trying to minimize your belongings, trying to organize what you have, trying to decide what is actually needed and what is not, because you live in such a tiny space that each square centimeter is precious. So, if you are struggling with clutter, if you are not sure what to keep and what to let go, I'm going to share a really useful and simple strategy to deal with clutter. And then I will show you how I organized our kitchen to declutter it and to make sure it works for us. Are you ready to declutter your life and your living space? Give this video a like and let's dive in. You may be thinking that you are not organized enough, you are not tidy enough, but I bet in 9 out of 10 cases, the biggest problem is having too much stuff. And the easiest way of getting organized and to have a lovely living space which is clutter-free is getting rid of junk and decluttering. The fewer possessions you have, the fewer belongings you have, the less stuff you have, it's easier to get organized. So, how to get rid of your junk and how to decide what is needed and what is not. Here is my top tip. Here is my pride and joy, my first decluttered kitchen drawer. And what I did with all the extra stuff I'm not sure I want to keep or I want to get rid of, I packed it away. I packed it away in a box and I put it out of view. And I've done it about 3 weeks ago. So the thing is, you want to pack your extra stuff away. You want to pack your suspects away and keep the box away, out of view, stored away for at least a month and just check if you are going to pick any of this stuff up. If any of this is actually useful to you over the next few weeks. In all those weeks, I didn't even open my box and I didn't take anything back to my kitchen. I can't remember the last time I used this mixer, and please excuse the light. I'm on my own here in tiny space and filming is not easy after dark, and I didn't have a chance to film for you during the day because I was working, so bear with me. I hope that you will still give this video a like because I'm sharing some useful information here. So I can't remember the last time I've used this. Maybe it was over a year ago. I actually forgot that I put my food processor here in this box. I didn't have a need to use it. And the funny thing, this tiny jar, I absolutely love them for keeping spices. I forgot I have one of them. I forgot I have one of them in my stash away box. And I actually bought a tiny jar. In the meantime, I bought another tiny jar of jam just for the pot, which is absolutely ridiculous and shows and proves how silly we humans are when it comes to buying stuff and forgetting what we have and what we don't. And just to prove my point, look, I honestly bought to the shop and bought another jar exactly the same as I had in my box, so now I have 2. But it's alright. This is actually something I'm going to use because I'm going to reorganize my spices which live in this drawer. And perhaps if you are interested in the topic, next time I will show you how I reorganized my spices, namely 30 of them. Yeah, I'm not ready to open this drawer yet in the video, but this one is ready and I will tell you and show you more. I will share my work I did in this drawer. Okay, do you want to have a closer look in my box? A small food processor, and this is a mini food processor. I used to have something much bigger, which I exchanged for a smaller version, and guess what? I still didn't use this for ages. I can't remember the last time I've used it. I also have loads of extra plates of different sizes and different kinds. And this is something I'm really proud of because we've done a little experiment when it comes to plates, cutlery and cups, and I will tell you about the results in a minute. So here is my tip. If you are not sure what you use, what you need, just pack the stuff you suspect are clutter. Just pack it away and test if you are going to use it or not, if you actually are going to open your box. It takes some time. The box method is super simple and super easy. It doesn't cost you anything, but it takes some time. I would recommend at least 3 weeks, maybe a month of testing if you're going to reach for any of those things or not. If after a month, 2 months, you haven't even opened your box, the answer is simple. The stuff here is clutter. You don't need it, you don't use it. It's time to get rid of it. What do you think about the box method? Have you tried it? Are you going to try it? What are your suspects? What are the things you think maybe your clutter, maybe your junk, but for some reason you have difficulty with parting with your stuff? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, especially if you are going to try the box method. And here is the result of my box method and my experiment with plates and cups and cutlery. A perfectly organized kitchen drawer. At the moment, 1 of 3. Trust me, I'm not Marie Kondo by nature, and I may be a borderline hoarder. I'm messy and I'm not the most particularly organized person, but this drawer makes me really happy and makes me proud, because this is a result of my decluttering experiment. A few months ago, I got really tired of dealing, shifting, managing and washing up and drying just endless piles of plates and bowls and cutlery, and I thought, wow, could we manage with just two of each? And guess what? Yes, we have. We've been absolutely fine with just 2 plates, 2 bowls and 2 of each cutlery. I've seen all the other plates and the rest of our cutlery in our store away box. I'm still not entirely sure I want to part with the rest, because the rest may be handy when we have visitors. However, visitors can always bring their own plates. Why not? Anyway, so here is my first tip. Try this experiment. Would it work for you to have just 1 of each items per person in your household? Washing is a bliss. It's so simple. And having only 2 forks really makes you wash them up immediately after use. My other storing hack is using jars for food stuff. Rice, flour, porridge, lentils. And you don't need fancy jars. Any jar will do. And if you just turn them upside down, they look really cool and elegant. And it doesn't matter, they are all different. I didn't even bother with removing the labels. You could, but you don't have to. They look very nice when they are just clear. And I turn them round so they look better. A, they look better, and B, I know how much stuff I have. Like with this, I can see that I have to top up my lentils. I have plenty of rice and just a little bit of sesame seed. And what happens with bags? Once you've used most of your stuff from the bag, you can tip it in the jar. I like to do it. This is a really satisfying moment. Partially used bags of stuff don't look particularly pretty, and the look of jars, this is something I much prefer. Do you agree? And here is my other favorite hack. I learned while caravanning, you really learn to have multiple uses of the same thing. So I use my clothes pegs to keep my bags sealed. You could buy things like that to keep your bags closed. Yeah, you could buy them in shops, or you could just use this. I hope you will try my caravan organization tips and maybe share your own. Please do share in the comments your own favorite techniques for keeping your staples organized. So I like to rearrange my jars because space is tight, space is precious, and pay attention to the shape of my plates and bowls. They are square, so I can fit more in my drawer. as opposed to round plates and round bowls. And usually here in this first line I have my tins, and look, the space is empty because we have only one tin left, which means we have to stock up. This is another advantage of this system. You see exactly what you have and how much, and when it's time to buy more. Another advantage of having only 2 plates and 2 of each types of cutlery handy is that we could get rid of our drying rack. I absolutely hate them. Those drying racks or drying trays, they get moldy in the corners, they are awful to clean. I really hate them, and what I prefer to use are tea towels. That's our drying after a typical meal. 2 plates and 2 forks. That's it. Very easy to dry on a tea towel. Give them a quick wipe, put them back in a drawer, and it really keeps you on your toes. You really have to do it immediately, which solves the problem of a full sink. And it works for us. It works for us right now. We will see how we are getting on with this method. Let's have a quick recap of my caravan organization tips. First, get rid of your clutter. And if you are not sure what is your clutter, put the suspects in a box, store it away, stow it away for a month, and actually check if you're going to open the box and fetch anything out to use it. If not, after a month, sell it, donate it, get rid of it. The second tip, and I know this is quite extreme, but it works for us in the caravan, have just 1 plate, 1 cup, and 1 of each types of cutlery per person. This is quite extreme, I know, but it cuts your washing and it really motivates you to do your washing straight away after you've finished eating, because otherwise you have no chance to have the next meal or have the next drink because your cup or your plate or your forks are dirty. The third tip is use normal jars for storing your dry ingredients. This way you will see what you have, what you don't, what is running low, and I believe it keeps your stock fresh, it keeps your ingredients fresh, it also prevents pests, mice and other nasty creatures crawling into your drawers. And fourth tip is use everyday items for more than one purpose, like I use my washing pegs to keep my bags sealed, and I have quite a few other uses of common objects around the caravan. This lovely glass planter was a candle. It originally was a container with a lovely candle. It also had a lid and it was used in the campsite bar, but we dropped the lid and it snapped, so the container was put into a recycling bin. I fetched it from the recycling bin because I liked it and used this as a pot for my plant. We don't have any flower vases in a caravan. Whenever I want to put some fresh flower in water, I either use a half pint glass or a pint glass. And if you're thinking that I'm clutter free and I'm not a hoarder, I am. Normally this locker is full and this is the place where I keep the tea towels and cloths. This is something I absolutely love. This is my favorite tea towel. Have you got your favorite tea towel? Because it's lovely and thick. I often use it as a tablecloth in our dinette. So this doubles up as a tablecloth. So the use of this depends on the day and circumstances. Sometimes it is a tea towel, sometimes it's a tablecloth. And my final tip when it comes to organizing, decluttering, whether it's your caravan, your boat, your van or your home, be kind to yourself, be kind to yourself, take it easy, take it slowly. Test what is working for you, because one thing may be working for us, another may be not working for you. So everyone is different and everyone's needs and habits are different. Just bear in mind when it comes to dealing with clutter that clutter is your past. Clutter are unfinished tasks or decisions which are still waiting to be made. Clutter is a manifestation of procrastination and being stuck in the past. And moving into tiny space, moving into your caravan, your boat or your van is actually a chance for a fresh start, for getting rid of your clutter, because trust me, you will not have space for it, and tiny space doesn't forgive anything, especially clutter. So if you want to live a happy life in your new home, get rid of your old junk and create a new life for yourself. Clutter-free, open to new possibilities, new ideas. Yes, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. And for myself, because I'm still on this journey, I'm still learning, I'm decluttering almost daily. And somehow, clutter comes back. Decluttering, minimizing, and getting organized in your tiny space or even a big space, it's a lifelong task, it's a lifelong lesson, and these two identical jars really serve me as a reminder that despite of living in a caravan for years, I still have to deal with clutter. And you know, I get rid of my old stuff, but I accrue more new items which I think I need, but it's not always the case. So it's trial and error. Be kind to yourself and don't judge me on one super organized drawer which I prepared for this video to serve as an example of what I do and what I succeeded in, and hopefully my one drawer will inspire you and me to tackle the other two. And this is probably the topic for the next video. If you would like to see more caravan organization tips, please write in the comments more tips and I will create such a video. For now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for making it to the end. I hope you gave this video a like. I hope you will give my box method a try. Let me know how you get on, what you put in your box and what was the result. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because it is free. It doesn't cost you anything and it's a huge boost for me and really strong encouragement to create more videos and to keep them coming your way. Thank you, and see you in the next video, which will publish on Wednesday afternoon, and every Sunday we do a live stream from our caravan, 7 p.m. the UK time, so I hope you will pop in and say hello. Thank you for watching and good luck with decluttering. Be brave and be ruthless, because it's either you or your junk. Bye bye!